let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Here we go, Scott. Go.
Looking to throw right away. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't.
79, set up. 70, 18, pioneer.
Going again on 2nd. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Trevin Wallace has it. And the Panthers have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Well, we all know this is a player who's proven that he can weather an early setback and soldier on. It's going to be tested again after his first series ends in an interception.
Yeah, that's right, kid. You don't get mentioned as one of the league's better passers if you can't shake off an early turnover. Now, his defense has got to pick him up.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Green. Smith,
They'll run here on 1st down. Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive.
You know, Kate, I think one thing we've clearly learned about the analytics of this game at the NFL level, explosive plays matter. And to get one on the opening series, that has got to feel good for this offense.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll run here with Amari on Hampton. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. Really create some indecision now defensively.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. They're throwing it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
They weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game. And you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
Out of the gun, here's Hampton. Escapes the defender. And they make the stop after giving up 6 yards. Good run on 1st. It's 2nd down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that 1st down marker.
2nd down, looking for options. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there. Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Back to throw. He's got a man left. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a first and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So after that big play, Brock, they need just that final yard here on first and goal. On the move, headed right. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
You know, sometimes, Kate, that pocket could be a lonely place. You're searching and searching for an escape valve, and there's none to be had. That time, nowhere to go, and he was lucky to get back to the line before the defense swarmed him.
Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's second and goal. Here's a throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
On the set.
All right, after the incomplete pass, let's see what they call here on third and goal.
18, Pioneer. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Check out.
Hampton. And he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders make it a one-point game. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Let it go to fourth and goal, and he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on third and goal.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders tie this game 7-7. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
33, yellow. Check, huh?
Shotgun snap now to Young. Escapes the pocket. On the run, deep down the left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Check, hut. Block 40, hut, hut.
Lone back gets the handoff. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be 3rd down.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
This drive in jeopardy. Here Here's a 3rd and 10.
Here you go, set. Set.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down. Carolina in punt formation. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. That's taken at the 15. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
At their own 21-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Throwing now out of the shotgun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Ready. Bronco 80. Check smash. Check smash. Ready, ready.
1st and 10. Here's Hampton. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. There on the tackle, the rookie out of Auburn.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Out left, Worthy makes the grab. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Xavier Worthy. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Hold the ready.
Panthers bringing out a 5th defensive back on 3rd.
Ready. 18 cop. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Back to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
The only move this offense is making is toward the line, Brock. They're going for it. 4th and 3. They'll throw for it. Short pass brought in. And they make the stop, I'm going to say about the 37-yard line. Right call at the right time, Brock. Give him 9 and a successful conversion on 4.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
We've set it downs from 37. Throwing it again here. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away. So he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Throwing from the gun here. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. And it's as we expected, partner. The call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give him that 1st down.
On the jump.
This drive just keeps on moving. After the penalty, resets that marker.
18, Pioneer. 19, Lion.
Running it after the penalty. He's going to have about 2. It's 2nd down now.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it's going to be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Hawk 70, Hawk 79 Broncos. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready,
Looking to throw here. Looking right, and he finds it. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Pass it down close. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent, when you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
Hampton does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards. We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from this one right after this.
Ready.
Commanders ball as we get back for the second, and they're thinking points.
Come on.
2nd and goal, they're going to throw. And he is in. Touchdown. The Commanders take a second quarter lead. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and it's 6 in the end.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
33, shot, 17.
And going play action. Young finds a man right side. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Offense in the hurry up here.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
Hand off on 2nd and short. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take into the house.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
10 cycles. 10 cut. 10 black. Wing jack. Check cut.
Young to throw it. Finds his fullback. He's still going at the 30. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them with first downs.
First down, Carolina.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
Down. 52 blue. 6 mega. 52 black. Ready.
On play action, here's Young. And he will slide down just a little bit shy of getting that first down. But we'll avoid the hit. Smart play there. That's going to set up 2nd and 1 at most.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide in practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on it.
Just Just a yard left to go on second down.
Set. Hut, hut.
The first carry now for Jonathan Brooks. And he's dropped just short of the mark, maybe a yard away. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. And the throw here on third. They got a hand on it, and now it's intercepted. And the Commanders get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
Quarterback sack.
Drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
This is one of those cases, Kate, where basketball and football blend together. You know, great zone defenses in basketball. You think about them through the years. They trust one another. They know where they are as defenders on that court. Same thing in coverage. When you trust one another, when you communicate, good things happen. Just like that, you suffocate a pocket because there's nowhere for the quarterback to go.
Takes the second down snap. Finds him over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line.
I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Let's go now. Let's go.
From the gun on third down. It's completed right side. Tackle made at the 10. First and goal coming up.
Not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Ready.
Shotgun give to Hampton. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Heward, who got to have short memories. You tell me these two defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Ready, ready. Warrior 70, 60 back.
Pass play now. That one connects. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Commanders parlay the interception into points. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders double their lead to 14.
Commanders 41, Panthers 7.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, first and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
Okay, right.
Just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Ready. 10, cut.
They give it to him again. And they catch him, but not until he's picked up 8 yards. It's 2nd down. So the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Young throwing here. Hits him on the out route. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Panthers first.
Ready.
New set of downs for him from the 31.
Ready. Shot.
To the air on 1st down. Young buys time, rolling right. He can run it. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone. Brought inside the 15. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. You need to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
Ready.
On 1st down, they'll run. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Ready.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Yellow, 22. Hut.
Back-to-back carries here. And they take it across the goal line for a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers make it a 1-score game before halftime. Setting up to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Panthers 21. Panthers 14.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Things going well so far. Coverage team tracking him down as he reaches the 35.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Over the screen to Hampton. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
With that down the distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Completed to his running back. To send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. A pickup of 17. That's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass to far more than a modest gain.
Ready. 18 Cardinal.
Looking now from the gun. Hauled in by Worthy, right side. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. Timeout taken by the offense. They're 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Ready.
He's going to throw it again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets this forward to the 19. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. And the Panthers are just too much here. They're going to take him down. Now the offense is going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Mustang 19. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Warriors 70.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And in he goes for the touchdown. The Commanders will add to their lead at the end of the half. 3 touchdown catches in one game is rare air, Brock. Safe to say most guys who retire can name every time they did that here in the NFL.
Yeah, I hope he remembers it, but also remember this. Receivers, they're a dependent position. They're dependent on the guys doing their job up front. They're dependent on the quarterback putting on the spot. And usually, when you reach a milestone like this, you'd love to share it with everybody else. And my guess, especially if they could find a way to win this one, is this receiver will celebrate it with all of his guys.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start after 35.
Ready.
The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins.
Set, ready. 10 front. Ready.
It's Young to throw here on 1st. Forced out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he's going to be driven out for the nice pickup. Gain about 8. 2nd down.
Well, QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
Here we go. Yellow, 43. Cut.
Young working from the gun. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged the bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Ready. Cut.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
On the set.
1st and 10 now from the 46.
Let's go. 6 shot. 17. Check. Cut.
Back to the well again. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. To the house. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers make it a 1-score game before halftime.
Okay, we hear week after week how hard it is to run the football at the NFL level, and it is. But this guy today, he's making it look easy, and they rarely do that from the running back position.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready, set.
One last play before the break.
Ready.
Back to throw it. On target to Worthy. Big play pushes them beyond midfield. And they're going to get there to force him out. But a nice play for the offense to go out on, as that's going to end our first half. Controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
3, set. 52, blue. Ready.
Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Open to head in the right direction and save this drive early. Here's 2nd and 13.
Down. 45, right. Blaster. 10.
They're going to run it. This is Trevor Etienne. Having gain up about a handful there. Down by Sahar Rebel.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet. But let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
Here we go, set. Black, 95. Go. Hut.
They'll air it out on 3rd. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's going to bring up the Carolina 1st down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Yellow. Let's go next.
Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And he's going to have this down at the 42-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Panthers 1st.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
1st down from the 42.
Set, hut. Black 40. Fight 6. Ready?
Shotgun snap now to Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
Off the play fake, it's Young. Flushed out of the pocket. He takes it himself. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunky yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9.
Drill green. Ready. 33. Yellow. Dog red.
Third and long for him here. This time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
You're not going to see it in the box score, Kate, at the end of the game, but that was some high-quality zone coverage right there. Great design, tremendous communication, everybody trusting one another, and it allowed them to just collapse that pocket and finally get home.
Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it.
Ready. 50, green. Smash, red. Hey, go Fury. Ready, go. Ready.
Looking to throw. And they don't get the catch they need there. That man was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
19 Tiger, Warrior 70. Mustang 19. Ready.
They'll throw it here on first. It's his running back. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. Big gain, 14 on the play. That's going to give the Commanders a first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Hurt. Go.
Hampton gets the hand down. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. 60 Bison.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Okay, this defense finally said enough, ripped up that script. They have seen him be way too productive. Time to start fighting him for every single throw.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Trap 60.
To the air on 3rd and long. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. It's caught left side by Mitchell. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset ththose chains.
Red. Viking 18.
From the red zone on first. Can't connect on the throw to his running back. That's an incomplete pass. Takes him to 2nd down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
So the incompletion on first. Here's 2nd and goal.
19 Tigers.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Down he goes. The Panthers got him. Quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
Backed up all the way to the 17 now for 3rd and goal.
Deputy! Deputy Lions!
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Throw is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And then to push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Right. 95. Ready?
Out of the gun, Young. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be a yard shy of the first as they force him out after the gain of 9.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Ready.
On the give, it's Brooks. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to and keep them from piling on those yards.
And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line.
15 more yards. That's another Panthers 1st down. A gain of 15.
On the ready.
1st down, Panthers.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's the Panthers who have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. New set of downs for him from the 31.
Come on. Set. 60 red. 60 red.
Putting the tight end in motion.
Hut, hut.
From the pistol, it's Young. He rolls to his right. He's going to keep it this time. He's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That's another Panthers 1st down. It's a gain of 20. And the Panther 1st down.
On the set.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Down. 45. White. Set. Go.
Play action now, Young. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass release. He goes down. Offense up to the line fast.
A loss of 7 yards. It's 2nd down.
52 blast. Hut.
The give here on 2nd. He dodged the tackle.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now.
Yellow. 43 rounds. 52 points.
Back now, pressure coming. He's got it. This is going to be short. Quick stop by the defense to bring up 4th down. Offensive line fast.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
10. Ready?
They get it on the keeper. And they stop him. No touchdown. No first down. That's a turnover on down near the end zone.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Here's Hampton over the drive. Boy, were they ready to try and stick him there for the safety. As it stands, he's only able to maybe get back to the 2.
Gained a little bit there. Kind of feels like a gain of nothing. You know why? Because you're still playing with your backs against the end zone. No real breathing room. No margin for error.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Go! Bronco 80.
So a timeout comes in with the play clock down to just 3 seconds. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Tag. 70 Lions.
Out left, Worthy makes the grab. And he's going to get this up to right around that 13-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the 2 of them.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard
A new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Ready? Panthers 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Rolling from the gun here. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. 19 Lions. Go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It can be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
19 tight. 19 tight. 19 tight. 19. 17. Ready.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. It's in or no. They dropped another one. Hicks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. It does force a 4th down. 4th down. Here comes Kai Kroger to punt. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold.
1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Set, hunt. 50, green. Green. 22 meters.
A carry by Brooks to start the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Goes to the hurry-up offense here.
No gain on the play.
Young throwing here.
At the 42-yard line.
Pass brought in by Tenoroa McMillan. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
16 yards.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down from the 42.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Here's Young. Complete out to the right. And the Commanders pick it up. And that right there is going to be the spot they take over as they pick up a couple extra yards on the fumble return. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Okay, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot. Right, he's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
Come on.
Working now from the gun. Connects on the crosser. And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
You know I love the language of football. Just the terminology that comes with it. It's a whole new language out there. But in many playbooks, Kate, that's called cross-country. Speaks for itself. You got to run from one spot all the way across the field. Those two did it very well.
Chased out to his right. He brings it in. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in San Antonio. Commanders very close to an 11th win this season.
Ready.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Ready.
Out of the gun, here's Hampton. Defender gets to him right on the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. He's going to throw it. He's got Hampton underneath. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field. After the holding call, they're going to need even more now on 3rd down.
Here we go. 60 Bison. 70 Rangers. Panther 11. 60 Maverick. 60. Ready.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And he's got his man. Touchdown. The Commanders can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders take a 3-possession lead. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. He showed some nice bursts on that run back, didn't he? Getting them all the way out to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
It's Young to throw here on first. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Got a man, it's Horn. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. Offense is hurrying, time running down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now it's Young. That's him on the quick hitter. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet. It gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
He completes it in traffic. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
To the air yet again. Young escapes the pocket. He's got it in the red zone. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down. Working quickly here.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Panther first down.
Working inside the red zone. Brought in right side by McMillan. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline.
Out of bounds, down at the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On the set.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Here we go. Red, yellow, 33, yellow. Blue striker. Beetle blue. Plastic, 6. Hut.
Young working from the gun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers get it back to within 2 possessions. Quite the strike to his tight end, and the patience he showed waiting for that to break open. That was awesome, and it's rewarded with 6.
You know, it should be simple, Kate, right? In philosophy, it should be simple. Just plaster that big guy. Throw bodies at him in coverage, but stopping the tight end near the end zone is anything but simple with how deceptively good they are as route runners and finding that football when it arrives.
And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders. That should just about lock up the win. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
19, ready.
They're going to pass it here. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. That's a 29-yard gain. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
60 Eagles, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. The Commanders can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Now we'll see them try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Commanders take a 3-possession lead.
Commanders 45, Panthers 28.
face-off unit out and ready as they send this away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And with a shot, this game is over. So score this as a win for the Commanders. Man, they were facing a top-5 defense this week, Bronk, but they made them look anything but. What a great performance to get this win.
Yeah, you could come in, Kate, with this awe mystique of, gosh, we're facing one of the best defenses in the league, but as soon as you get the...
Let's go. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, yeah. It's so swaggy, so right. It's so swaggy, so right. One album is getting kinda hectic. Too many fans on me like I'm in Texas. 3 years deep now, keeping them guessing. 4-star hotel, once for breakfast. 5 fingers, give you a blister. 6 at the wheel, you're 6 the mister. Give me your mama, I'ma kiss her. I said 6 rings on me like I'm in Pittsburgh. Motion maker, record breaker. 6 on my chest like an LA Laker. Black belt MC, call me master. 6 on the beat, it's a speaker blaster. Bars are hot, and bars are ready. A middle Caesars with the extra